man with new boots. It's the new boot man.
So how are we getting there? We're walking along the creek, or
I don't know, how would you like to get there?
it's probably free frozen. I think we could probably walk along the creek.
Oh, you want to walk on the creek?
On the creek.
On the creek. Oh. I thought along the creek meant beside the creek, not on the creek. Sounds like an interesting way of getting there. This should be frozen enough. It hasn't exactly been melting. Just some way of getting down. I don't know what I'll do. I'll go butt scoop.
Some traction out on these trees.
And he's down. And I think I gotta stop recording because I'm afraid of what will happen, but I'm gonna, maybe I'll just leave it. Yeah. There we go. Oh, good. There's no ice rink here this year. Viewpoint that I haven't seen before. He's really starting to cut over to the right. And then this entire bank right here has built up over the past few years. It meanders, just like any body of water in the prairies.
It was a fine but cold day to go for a walk. As I mentioned, Lyndon had some new boots that he wanted to try out before the snow started to melt. He also wanted to see McTaggart Sanctuary, also known as Larch Sanctuary, but without a bridge to cross, we had to find a different way of getting there. Fortunately, winter had frozen the creek, and like I mentioned in my last video, the ice opens up new paths. Being on the creek gives a different perspective to seeing the area. It also allows you to get up close to the numerous beaver dams along the creek. This one had quite a step up between the two sides.
Landslide there. So the trees have fallen right over. These ones are right on the creek.
This might look like a stylish Instagram-like angle, but it's actually some tall trees that are starting to fall into the creek. We stopped to look at an icy section where the water had frozen in place and some frost had formed. Some of the shapes looked almost like miniature pine trees. We reached a section where the cliffs were exposed, showing off some of the white mud. I'm not sure how far back in time that these cliffs go, but I have heard of some people finding mammoth bones in other areas of the Edmonton River Valley. There also used to be a number of coal mines in the area. we found a section where some rocks had fallen onto the ice. The light continued to flicker off the snow, both on the ground and in the air. This cliff was lower, and we found a path that beavers use to travel up to bring trees back through. This cross-section of the cliff was fascinating to see, with all the layers, many small round rocks, and a section that looked almost like sandstone, and then a darker section that looked like a coal seam. We finally reached the bridge that divides the Whitemud Creek trails from the McTaggart Sanctuary. Passing under the bridge gave some interesting views of the light and snow. And we got to see the construction site. The old Smith Crossing Bridge was removed in the fall of 2022, and they are working on building a new one. The old Blue Bridge was a popular spot for photos, as well as a convenient way of getting from the visitors' parking lot to the McTaggart Sanctuary.
Great shot of the construction site. Reinforcements with the rocks.
We continued on our way into the sanctuary. The great views of the winter landscape continued. Down on the creek's surface, I found the tracks of some more winter cyclists. And here's some more interesting trees. These ones tumbled over years ago, and then continued to grow in a long curve back towards the sky. Another jaunty Instagram angle. Under the snow is a sandbar that's grown so large that plants have started to grow on it, and then it also almost blocks the creek. Along the way, I spotted a coyote in the forest. He ran away, but I managed to spot him a couple more times as we went. Finally, we reached outfall number 265. We stayed a cautious distance away just in case the ice was thin. Hoping to find an easy route home, I found a trail that started to lead up out of the valley. At the top of the trail, we enjoyed looking out over the creek valley.
This used to be, obviously, a road access for down into the valley. You can see it's a nice slope downwards. Probably somebody's homestead farm. The thing is, I don't really know where we are. I have to get my bearings and then figure out where we need to go to get home. And come out behind some nice houses here.
The houses looked too modern and large for the neighborhood that I was expecting.
So yeah, just as an update, I quickly realized you're on the wrong side of the creek valley and in an entirely different neighborhood. And if we continued on, it was going to end up being a very long walk back. So 23rd is right over there. I think we are on the island, if I'm not mistaken. We're probably going to have to cut down somewhere and then head across the creek again. Somewhere. Don't know where. Probably at the end of this hill. Guess we'll find out. That is a long way down. Still working away towards the end of the hill. I always wanted to come up on this hill, and here I am. Not the route that I expected, and I had no idea it connected actually with the other side of the valley. So, another little piece of geography learned.
We went down a very steep hill, and I ended up crouching down and skiing on my boots. This is just the tail end of it.
So, I'm at the creek level. There is the bridge construction. And I think this is the recommended path because cyclists took it. Ugh.
I wanted to visit the tip of the peninsula, especially now that I knew it wasn't an island.
Yeah. Black Mud Creek. White Mud Creek. White Mud Creek. Crazy Hill.
As always, thanks for watching.